Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, I Big You Games, nostalgic people. So today, no more heavy stuff, no more tips of playing Zeus, no more gameplay. This time, let me play. Let me have some fun. So yeah, today I want to rank the gods in Zeus Master of Olympus. So let me know your rank also. I believe that my rank of God will be so much different with yours because we have our own point of view and our own difficulties. So here we go. Yay! So I'm gonna rank between from the F rank to the S rank, and the god here are the gods from the Zeus, not include from Poseidon, which is Hera and Atlas. So those two is not included here. So yeah, and start from the left to the right is Athena, Hermes, Dionysus, Artemis, Aphrodite, Apollo, Hephaestus, Ares, Demeter, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus, of course, at the last. So yeah, we're gonna start with the Athena. So where am I gonna put the Athena? God of wisdom, goddess of wisdom, goddess of warrior. So in my point of view, I'm gonna put Athena on rank C. I don't know about you, but for me it's rank C. The reason is Athena technically for me it feels not the god of warrior or god of wisdom, goddess of wisdom. Instead, she's goddess of oils. Because all of her skills are almost about oils. So for example, the first one is whenever you're running out of olives or olive oil, she will voluntarily give you that stocks. Or maybe if you pray and she granted your wish, she will fulfill that request regarding olives and olive oil. That's the first one. The second one, she will give blessing to your grower's lodge and Corin Shad. Corin Shad? That is out of the way from the goddess of warriors and goddess of wisdom. So yeah, Grover's Lodge having connection with the olive tree, even though Carintia is not. And then she can bless with the olive tree to produce more, of course. And then what else? She will protect your city from enemy invasion. One I'm talking about is human enemy. So she will go the area where the war is going on. So she will try to defend that and kill the enemy soldiers. And then, based on the Zeus manual book, it says that Athena, with her present, your army is getting stronger. But I don't know how much stronger is that. If you know, let me know in the comment below, of course, because it's written there. I can measure that. How to test that also I don't know how. So yeah, that's why I put it on C rank. Next one is Hermes. So I'm gonna put Hermes based on his role and his usefulness is in A rank. I know this is gonna be so much different with your expectation. Maybe I hope so. But because here it is. I played Custom Adventure a lot, and you should know that Custom Adventure, you're going to start with small and weak city. So there are a lot of enemies stronger, much stronger than you. Then they will start requesting, demanding something, all materials, goods, or maybe monies. And Hermes is very useful there because he will fulfill outstanding requests. Sometimes voluntarily, sometimes you have to pray to him. That's the first one. Second one, he increased the speed of the trader, land trader. So because he increased the speed, the transaction, the money cash flow is faster, is better. So in economy, Hermes is really useful in my point of view again. And then he blessed with his presence, all the delivery men increase their speed. So yeah, it matters a lot. That is passive skill. Then next one is Dionysus, the god of the wine. I will put Dionysus in D rank. Yeah, maybe you're gonna be agree with me because Dionysus is pretty useless except he can provide wine. Oh yeah, I kind of forget that Athena in her sanctuary, she will provide 4 tiles of olive trees so you can harvest them. If you cannot harvest naturally at the beginning but about olives, but when you have Athena, suddenly your city can unlock Growers Lodge and Olive Press. Same goes with Dionysus. So if you build Dionysus and his sanctuary is pretty small, so it's small size tier and sanctuary size, he will provide 4 tiles of grapevine. So if your city basically cannot produce any grapes or wines, once you have Dionysus, those buildings is unlocked, then you can build it by your own. So you can harvest grapes and then you process that into wine. That is the first one. The second one, of course, same goes with the Athena. Whenever you're running out of wines, or if you pray to Dionysus, he will provide you grapes and wines. Right? And that's it. No. One more thing. With his presence, your unrest will be pressed down. So everybody gets happy because of the wine. Right? So I guess that's logic in there. But yeah, that's true. If you have Dionysus, unrest is going so down. So it keep pressing down. Next is the Artemis. Right? Yeah, this is the Artemis. I will put her at the C rank. The reason is the only useful for me, the Artemis, is her soldiers. So if you build her sanctuary, she will provide 2 companies of soldiers from Amazon. And you can use that soldier to defend your city or to conquer other city or to raid other city. And they are pretty strong. And that's it for me. But the other skills that she has are she will hunt down the wild animals that threatens your citizens, which is not really useful for me. As long as you keep your distance with the wild animals, you'll be safe. And then she will she will give blessing to the hunting lodge so they can produce more meat, which is, again, for me, it's not very useful because technically, from my opinion, hunting lodge cannot sustain a big city. Once you reach 5,000 population or more, they start to collapsing. Even not, let's say not 5,000, 3,000, they cannot sustain that. 3,000 people. So even though there is a blessing from Artemis, you're still running out of food if you rely only from the hunting lodge. And same goes with Athena and Dionysus. Artemis will provide you voluntarily or by your praying meat to your granaries. And that's it. That's why I put her in C rank. Then next is Aphrodite. Yeah, you know Aphrodite, god of beauty, right? So I'm going to put her in F rank. She's the useless one for me. So her skills are preventing people from getting away from your city. So if they feel unhappy, they will keep staying at the home. And if you pray to Aphrodite, you can take the people living going back to your city. And that's all. She gives blast to house that makes the citizen comes over faster to your house and increase your appeal of your city, which you can trick them with the monument or other structural building, right? And about the people living, she cannot keep the houses from devolving. Once your city devolving, your excess population will leave. That's still gonna be happen. So yeah, that's pretty useless for Aphrodite. The next one is Apollo. I quite don't know what his title is, so but I really know what his role, and I want to put him in the highest rank, which is the S rank. You should know the reason is because he will kill all the monsters, any monsters that invade your city, regardless you have the hero or not. So without the help of the hero, he will personally goes to the monster and fight them and kill them. That's really, really, really helpful when you're playing custom adventure, because monster and gods, even though gods is much worse, monster is something that you cannot negotiate. Unlike the enemy armies, you can still bribe them, but with monster, no, they will keep attacking your city if they too close, and they will still there until the end of the game, unless you kill it, right? So yeah, Apollo is the best one to do that. And the other things is Apollo give blessing to the cultural buildings. That makes them to spawn more walkers to cover up your city. If you have more walkers, then your coverage of your city is better. Once your coverage of your city better, the chance of you winning the games, such as Isthmian Games or Olympic Games, is increased. When your chance of winning is increased, you can get more monuments. You can farm monuments. Think about it. Monuments are pretty useful. Automatically, Apollo has a skill that kills Aphrodite at the same time, because Aphrodite increased the appeal while Apollo increased the winning that gives us monument. Whoa, that's really useful. That's the second one. The third one is if you wish, pray to the Apollo, he will heal your city when there's a plague going on, even in voluntary also. And then the other one, the last one is Apollo will grant you oracle, so you can predict what happened in the next year. Wow, that's really useful. That's why I put him in S rank. Next one is Hephaestus. For me, he's the god of industrial. Even though he's the god of blacksmith, not for me. Because Hephaestus will bless everything about industrial, hard work. So I'm gonna put Hephaestus into the B rank. He's good, but the minus is, okay, let's talk about his ups, okay? So when you have Hephaestus sanctuary, even though his sanctuary is pretty small, he will spawn 4 tiles of copper ore. So you can mine them to get bronze, and you can process that bronze into armories or maybe sculptures. So yeah, that's pretty useful, because when you sell armories, that's pretty expensive. It's around 300, and sculptures is around 640. That's quite good enough of income. Then he will give blessing to armories and sculptures so they can produce faster and more. More money equals to the more money, right? And that more money, more armies, and faster building sanctuaries, of course. And then what else? Okay, yeah, he will prevent your city getting collapsed or burned. Wow, that's cool. So it means like you're having a maintenance office in global areas. And then when you pray to him, or sometimes he voluntarily do that, he will send Talos to defend your city when there's an enemy armies attacking you. So unlike Athena, which he personally go there Hephaestus will send his monster to defend your city. Right, next is Ares, the god of war. So who doesn't like war? So that's why I put him on the A rank. Not S rank, but A rank. Yeah, I love war. That's why I need Ares to win the war. Because Ares, when you pray, or sometimes he do it voluntarily, he will go by himself to the war where we send our troops to attack the other cities. That is pretty useful because he's pretty strong. The comparison is when your city is 1 shield strength, you can beat at least 3 shield strengths of the enemy with the help of Ares. That's pretty cool. The first one. The second one, he has the feature like Artemis. So when you build his sanctuary, he will provide you 2 companions, which is foreign companions, which is stronger and bigger, but black and red. That's the second one. The third one is he will spawn his dragon. He will spawn his dragon passively. Whenever you have his sanctuary, he will spawn his dragon and patrol your city. So every time there's a bad animal, wild animal, and enemy armies, that their dragon will help you to defend your city. So unlike Hephaestus, that you have to pray first to send Tellus, Ares passively send his dragon patrolling your city. Okay, next is Demeter. So Demeter, I'm gonna put her on A rank. Yeah, this she's, I don't know how to say it, because she's pretty universal in terms of goods. For example, if you want to combine between Athena and Dionysus, it equals Demeter. The reason is pretty simple, because once you build her sanctuary, and her sanctuary is pretty large, so she's in the mid-size of the sanctuary, around her sanctuary will provide meadow, and that meadow is pretty big, around 3 by 3 size. So it's the size of farms itself, and that's around her sanctuary. Because she spawned meadow, you can put farm, you can put olive orange trees, you can put cattle, goats, sheep, or yeah, of course, olive trees and grapevines. You can put anything that requires meadow there. So it's like, it's free zone, universal zone. So it's above Athena and Dionysus at the same time. That's the first one. The second one is she will give blessing. I kind of forget what her blessing is, but I guess she will bless all the livestock and then the farms so they can perform better, of course. And then when you pray to her, she will grant your wish by filling up the food. So the amount of the food always the same, just like the Artemis, yeah, something like that. So, but in terms of food, instead of meat, the meter will gives you wheat. I kind of forget. Yeah, it's wheat, right? Because the adventure in Zeus rarely take Demeter to be able to be built. So yeah, I really haven't have contact with her. So that's it. This is the mid tier and the low tier god. And the last one, these are the top 3 gods. The trio that is very strong with a very big sanctuary in size and very demanding materials to be built and very expensive. The first one is the Hades. I call him the father of money. Instead of the god of underworld, because everything is about money to him. The first one, if you pray to him, he will grant you money, which is around 3,000. I kind of forget. So yeah, around 3,000. That's the first one. The second one, when you build his sanctuary, around his sanctuary will spawn 4 spot or 4 tiles of silver ore. So you can mine them into drachma into the mining. That's the second one. The third one is he will give blast. He will give blast to the tax office. So whenever the tax officer collect the money, the citizen will pay double. So again, more money. Yeah, more money. Then he will spawn Cerberus to patrol around your city, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then, just like Ares, these Cerberus will patrol passively around your city and defend your city, of course. So that's why I put Hades into the A rank. Next is Poseidon. Poseidon is another top 3 gods, which is having a big, very big sanctuary. And he will spawn, just like Ares and Hades, he will spawn Kraken to protect your sea. And whenever there's another boat or warship from the enemy coming to your city, the Kraken will do the defending. That's the first one. The second one, by the presence of the Poseidon itself, the fisherman will get the fish easily, and the earthquake goes the same. That's the second one. And then he will give blessing to 3 buildings that pretty unique for the third one. So the first one is he will give bless to earthquake. Second one is to the fishery, of course, because he is a god of the sea. But the third one is pretty interesting. He will give blessing to the horse range. So if he give blast to the horse range, a horse will suddenly pop out instantly. That's unique since he's the god of the sea. Then I'm gonna put him into the C rank because his sanctuary is so big, but he's not that useful except his Kraken. I'm not really fond with the fishery, Oceanquay, and hunting lodge because of the hunting lodge cannot sustain a big city, while Oceanquay and fishery really depends on the terrain of the map. So if you don't have enough straight line to put fishery, then you don't have enough big resource for the food. It means that it cannot sustain a big city, of course. And then if you don't have enough straight line, you're gonna compare. You know what I mean, right? You have to compare between, should I put fishery there or should I put pier instead? Right? So that's why I put him into the C rank, even though he's pretty strong. The last one is Zeus. I'm going to be honest, Zeus, I'm going to put it in an S rank, no matter what. I know his useful is not that big because he provide oracles. Yes, that's pretty useful. And then he give blessing to any buildings. And he can perform blessing like any other god. So he can he can do what the other gods do in terms of blessing. So he can give bless to the armories, to carving shed, to the horse range, to any of the buildings. But one thing that feels downside, but it's really imbalanced, because if you pray to Zeus, he will defend your city. We stop right there. It feels like, what? Even Athena will defend our city passively without requesting. But in Zeus, we have to pray first, and sometimes he can reject our prayer. But one thing that you should know, that Zeus has skills. He has skills that whenever he defends a city, if he's cast that skills, your enemy will die instantly. All of them. Unlike Athena, that she has to swing her sword many times to kill the enemies. So one swing of the Athena kills one, and if we have 200 of enemies, then she has to swing 200 times. But Zeus, just one moves, done and done. So I guess that is my list. What do you think? And I want to know your list. Just let me know in the comment below. So I hope you enjoyed this video, And again, thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.